Tonight's headlines: Duterte to choose PhilHealth president next week. Philippines hails Abe as greatest post-war prime minister. Coronavirus cases in the country now at 209,544. No enough evidence on long-term effects of COVID-19. Philippine shares down on economic recovery worries. Peso rebounds to fresh near 4-year high. Duterte orders to speed the process for water infra projects. And Julian intensifies into tropical storm. Good evening. Today is Friday, August 28, 2020. I am Elmer Navarro Manuel and this is Tribune News on Cue. Here are the stories for this evening. President Rodrigo Duterte will choose the next president of the PhilHealth on Monday, according to Senator Christopher Bongo. In a statement, the senator said that he and the president have already spoken and Duterte has a short list already of who will replace resigned PhilHealth chief Ricardo Morales. To recall, Morales, a retired military general, turned in his resignation letter on Wednesday after Duterte advised that it would be best for the PhilHealth chief to step down considering his battle with lymphoma. Malacanang on Thursday said Duterte had not set a timeline for the selection of a new PhilHealth chief. Meanwhile, Senate Minority Leader Franklin Drilon expressed disappointment on the decision of the PhilHealth board to designate Executive Vice President Arnel de Jesus as officer in charge. Drilon stressed that it was de Jesus that said the liquidation is optional when PhilHealth should have required hospitals to liquidate the funds immediately as required by the Commission on Audit Rules. Foreign Affairs Secretary Teodoro Locsin Jr. on Friday hailed Shinzo Abe, who stepped down as Japan's leader due to health concerns after 8 years in power, as the greatest post-war Japanese prime minister. Locsin said Abe, Japan's longest-serving premier, is a very good friend of the Philippines and a close personal friend of President Rodrigo Duterte. The DFA chief added that Abe is an imposing political presence in person. Abe has been battling ulcerative colitis for years and was reported to have gone through 2 hospital visits within a week, raising speculations on whether he could carry on as ruling party leader and prime minister until September 2021. Japan became the Philippines' most active partner under Rodrigo Duterte's presidency, with Abe calling the robust ties the golden age in the two Asian nations' relations. Abe even visited Duterte in his home in Davao, where the two leaders held breakfast meeting during an official trip to the country in January 2017. Tribune News on Cue will be back after these reminders.
Ang Philippine Offshore Gaming Operators o POGO ay isang legitimate business entity na nagbibigay serbisyo sa offshore gaming para lamang sa mga manlalarong nasa abroad sa pamamagitan ng internet. Ang mga serbisyong handog nito ay katulad ng casino games at sports betting na pwedeng laruin kahit wala sa casino. Sa Pilipinas, walang POGO operators. Tanging POGO service providers lamang dahil nagaganap ang mga laro sa labas ng bansa.
Pumunta sa bangko.
Oo nga naman, sir. Ba't kailangan pang pumunta sa bangko?
Why not get a UB app so you can do all these without going to the bank? Bank the way you live. Union Bank.
The Department of Health on Friday reported 3,999 confirmed cases of the coronavirus disease to bring the total number of infected to 209,544. Of the day's cases, 2,097 came from the National Capital Region, 178 from Laguna, 138 from Cavite, 132 from Batangas, and 125 from Cebu. The data came from 101 out of 110 laboratories. Of the cumulative cases, 7,745 are considered as active cases or patients who are still infected with COVID-19 and are staying either in hospital or under home quarantine. The number of recoveries, on the other hand, is now at 134,474 after 510 recuperations reported, while the death toll now stands at 3,325 following 91 fatalities recorded. The Philippines has been logging record high numbers in terms of new COVID-19 cases since late July, following the easing of quarantine measures and the gradual reopening of the economy. At the same time, the Health Department said Filipinos should not expect cases to go down due to the imposition of a stricter 2-week modified enhanced community quarantine in Metro Manila and nearby provinces earlier this month. Meantime, the Health Department said that it has not have enough evidence that points to long-term effects of COVID-19 on patients with severe symptoms. DOH Undersecretary Maria Rosario Vergere said that while the agency still has no evidence, there are a lot of articles coming out internationally showing that those with COVID-19 have long-lasting symptoms that are not subsiding. But she stressed that there is still not enough evidence to prove that COVID-19 has lasting effects. To recall, international scientists are only starting to grasp the vast array of health problems caused by the coronavirus disease, some of which may have lingering effects on patients and health systems for years to come, according to doctors and infectious disease experts. Besides the respiratory issues that leave patients gasping for breath, the virus that causes COVID-19 attacks many organ systems, in some cases causing catastrophic damage. Other studies show that patients with COVID-19 can experience blood clotting disorders that can lead to strokes and extreme inflammation that attacks multiple organ systems. Tribune News on Q will be back after these reminders.
Bilang bagong mag-asawa, sabay kami natututo sa buhay.
Sabay rin namin inaaral ng mga bayarin sa bahay.
Kahit kami, nagtaka sa biglang laki ng electricity bill namin. Huwag pong mangambang maputulan. Sinisigurado ng Meralco na walang disconnection hanggang September.
Estimated bills lang ang natanggap natin ng March, April at para sa ilan, May. Dahil sa lockdown, isang tabi to para hindi na maguluhan.
Ang May o June ay actual meter reading na. Kung May nagka-actual reading, ibabawas dito ang huling reading bago mag-ECQ. Yan lang po ang ating babayaran hanggang 3 buwang konsumo.
Kung estimated reading sa May at June nagka-actual reading, ibabawas din dito ang huling reading bago mag-ECQ. Yan lang po ang ating babayaran. Hanggang 4 na buwang konsumo, walang labis. Tandaan, kung ano lang na konsumo,
Yun lang ang babayaran.
ako po si Mateo G.
At ako naman po si Sarah G.
G?
G!
Araneta City, home to the country's first indoor shopping mall, the world's original Thrilla, and the first ever Bini Bini pageant. Now a place for your first win, your first catch, your first home, your first big break, your first date, and even your first love. Araneta City, the city of firsts.
In business, Philippine shares ended the week on a soft note on Friday as concerns whether or not the economy can recover amid the COVID-19 pandemic weighed on investor sentiment. The bellwether PSEI shed 37.37 points or 0.63% to 5,884.18 at the closing bell. The broader all shares lost 9.83 points or 0.28% to 3,534.58. Week on week, the local stock barometer shed 121.22 points or 2.02% from August 20's finish at 6,005.40. According to AAA Equities Head of Research Chris Mangun, the PSEI ended the week down negative 2.02% as investors are skeptical that it will see a strong economic recovery in the third quarter as mobility remains restricted. Foreigners also continued unloading positions as they sold 5.38 billion pesos worth of shares and bought 3.75 billion pesos for a net selling of 1.63 billion pesos. More than 3.728 billion shares valued at 8.26 billion pesos change hands. Decliners led advancers 102 to 87, while 56 issues were unchanged. Meanwhile, the Philippine peso closed stronger against the greenback on Friday as the latest U.S. Federal Reserve policy to allow inflation to accelerate further weighed on the dollar. The local currency gained 14.5 centavos to close at 48.48485 pesos to a dollar from Thursday's finish of 48.63 pesos. This is the highest for the peso since in nearly 4 years it closed at 48.48 pesos to a dollar on November 4, 2016. Rizal Commercial Banking Corporation Chief Economist Michael Ricafort said that the peso appreciated anew versus the US dollar after the latest moves by the Federal Reserve to allow inflation and employment to go higher. Federal Reserve Chairman Jerome Powell announced that the U.S. Central Bank agreed to allow inflation to go above its 2% target. The Fed also outlined a new approach on employment, which will focus on low and moderate income communities. We will be back after these reminders.
In the days ahead, we need to lean on the values that make us a great company, the Malasakit, for which we are known, and the understanding that, as San Miguel, we stand for something far greater than ourselves, that we have the responsibility to extend a hand to those who most need it. It is our sense of duty and obligation, pagkakaisa and malasakit, that will see us through these difficult times. Kwentong Malasakit.
In other news, President Rodrigo Duterte has directed government agencies to prioritize the review and approval of flagship infrastructure projects on water security. Under Administrative Order 32 issued on Wednesday, agencies must complete the review and approval process strictly within the processing time and deadlines established by law. Applications for licenses, clearances, permits, certifications, or authorizations with complete requirements shall be deemed approved if a government agency fails to take action within the prescribed processing time. Duterte tasked the Anti-Red Tape Authority to monitor and evaluate the compliance of agencies. He also ordered ARTA to submit a recommendation to the Office of the President regarding the repeal of outdated, redundant, and unnecessary licenses, permits, certifications, or authorizations being required by agencies and local government units in relation to flagship infrastructure projects on water security. The AO also noted that agency processes and procedures have routinely and excessively delayed infrastructure flagship projects on water security, resulting in increased cost and hampering the delivery of clean, stable, adequate, and affordable water to the detriment of the Filipino people. And Pagasa on Friday said Tropical Depression Julian intensified into a tropical storm but was not expected to directly cause high impact weather over the country. The weather disturbance was last spotted 880 kilometers east of Tuguegarao City, Cagayan, far from the Philippine landmass, according to the State Weather Bureau in its 5 p.m. bulletin. Julian, the 10th storm to enter the country this year, was packing maximum sustained winds of 65 kilometers per hour with gusts of up to 80 kilometers per hour. Moving west and northwestward at a speed of 15 kilometers per hour, it was expected to remain over the Philippine Sea and would likely leave the Philippine area of responsibility on Monday night. Pagasa said Julian would continue to gain strength and was forecast to reach severe tropical storm category by Saturday afternoon and typhoon category by Sunday morning. Metro Manila, Calabarzon, Bicol Region, Nueva Ecija, Bulacan, and Aurora will experience cloudy skies with scattered rain showers and thunderstorms due to the storm's throw or extension and southwest monsoon or habagat. The habagat, warm moist winds from the southwest causing rains over the western portion of the country from May to September will also bring partly cloudy to cloudy skies with isolated rain showers in the rest of the country. Sunrise is at 5:43 a.m. and sunset will be at 6:09 p.m. We'll pause for a short break. Stay with us.
With these cell sites, it affords us better cooperation and communication with the outside world because it is vital for FU and RMF to have this. We are now dependent on this cellular signal and it has helped us a lot. Connectivity is not a problem because we allowed these cell sites to prevail and to be on our roof deck and our helipad. Hindi tayo mawalan ng signal sa lahat ng rooms namin dahil may cell site tayo sa taas. It's one of our major advantages. I think that's the greatest decision that I was a part of because if not, we would probably be in a worse case right now. I'm thankful that we allowed these cell sites to be installed. I'd like to think and hope that all hospitals have that. We have not had any case of cancer regarding cell sites. As a matter of fact, we employ many cell sites and many boosters inside the hospital. For us, it has saved lives. I think with this new normal, we have realized that we are more dependent on this technology. Cell sites, if not connectivity, are a must.
That wraps up the stories tonight. Catch the latest news on our website, tribune.net.ph, and follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. You can also subscribe to our YouTube channel, Tribune Now. The Daily Tribune is one with the nation in facing the COVID-19 crisis, and in line with this, the Daily Tribune digital edition on Press Reader is now available for free online. You can also download the Daily Tribune app on Apple Store for iOS users and Google Play for Android users to get the latest and most comprehensive news online. Daily Tribune is also inviting everyone to join its community Viber Katribu to get updates on the freshest and hottest news and entertainment stories of the day. Torcito emoticons are also available on our community Viber. Just click on the link in this video to join. Daily Tribune will also be launching its latest mobile app, and we want you, our dear viewers, to help us in naming the newest addition in our online family. All you have to do is to like and follow our social media platforms and comment your vote for the following: DT Mobile, Tarsi Go, and Katribu Mobile, and add the hashtag mobile app. Prizes await 10 lucky individuals who voted for the winning name. Check our social media platforms for details. And before we go, we would like to thank the SM Store for my jacket this evening. Again, this is Elmer Navarro Manuel, and you're watching Tribune News on Q. Stay safe, stay healthy, and stay at home. Good night, and God bless us all.